Hi guys, my name is Medintseva and you are on my crochet channel. In this video I will show you how to crochet such a wonderful olive dragon. In this video we will start making this toy. This will be the first part. Gradually we will crochet all the details. This masterclass will appeal to those who don't like to sew on a lot of details. As always, I try to make my masterclasses as simple and accessible as possible, so that as many people as possible can crochet this wonderful toy. The toy turned out to be really cool. You can see it for yourself. At first glance, it may seem quite difficult to crochet, but in fact, everything is done as simply as possible. I tried. The height of the toy is about 50 centimeters or 20 inches. We will crochet the arms and legs separately. The legs are attached at the joints. We will attach the arms while crocheting the body. The tail is crocheted together with the body as one piece. That is, in this toy we will have to sew only the head and horns. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then be sure to subscribe. Put a bell so as not to miss new videos. Please write some nice words in the comments and put a like. I also have an Etsy shop where you can find the pattern in PDF format. I wish you a creative mood and let's get started. For crocheting I use Himalaya Dolphin Baby yarn. Now I will crochet this green dragon, olive color, number 359. This is the main color. My finished dragon is yellow. The dragon is very large, so you will need a lot of yarn. Yellow color number 313. The consumption of yarn of the main color is about 4 or 5 skeins. I will be able to tell you the exact number of skeins when I completely finish the toy. You may need 5 skeins because the toy is really big. This is the main color. Time will show. The consumption of white yarn is about 20 grams. White is used for the clothes. The yellow dragon has horns, a main crest, and crest on the head made of gray. Gray is number 325. I will also be able to tell you the yarn consumption later, when we finish, but you can already see that the consumption of gray yarn is also small. Now I plan to make the horns and crest in bright pink, number 324. This is the yarn. The safety eyes will also need to be large, trapezoid eyes. Eyes 24 or 25 millimeters. These are the safety eyes. The legs are attached at the joints, so you will need joints, 2 pieces. Take large joints. I have 30 millimeter joints, but you can take a larger size. I just don't have a larger size, but this will do too. We will also need at least 2 stitch markers. I use a hairpin as a marker, scissors, a regular needle and thread. The main hook is 4 mm. We will also need a 5 mm hook. I use hollow fiber as a filler. The filler consumption is about 400 grams. Now I will show you how to crochet a dragon's arm. This is what the finished arm looks like. Let's start with the fingers. One finger is already ready. Now we will make one more finger together. Let's start with white yarn. I will attach a video for beginners in the upper right corner in the tips. For those who don't know how to crochet and want to learn, there I show in more detail. I tell you how we crochet. Even beginners will understand everything. I give a 100% guarantee. So go and watch. In this video we simply crochet a dragon. We wrap the thread around the finger, make a loop and 2 chain stitches. And in the first chain stitch we make 6 single crochets. This is the first single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first row is ready. In the second row we make 6 single crochets. We simply make 1 single crochet in each stitch. Don't skip the stitches and everything will definitely work out. We insert the hook immediately into the next stitch. This is the first single crochet. In the next stitch, the second single crochet. This is the third single crochet. The fourth single crochet. The fifth single crochet. And the sixth single crochet. The second row is ready. Turn it right side out. Turn it completely inside out. Push it to the very end. Hide this end of the thread inside. This is how it should turn out. In the third row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. Repeat the combination twice. At the end of the row there will be 8 single crochets. Insert the hook into the next stitch and make the first single crochet. Here you can put a marker to mark the beginning of the row. In the next stitch we make the second single crochet, and in the next stitch we make 1 increase. That is, we crochet 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. And one more time we need to repeat this combination. Again we make 2 single crochets and now 1 increase. The row should just end if you do everything correctly. This is what we did in the third row. We just finished near the marker, which means we did everything correctly. In the fourth and fifth rows we make 8 single crochets in each row. These 2 rows are done. Now we will change the color. We will continue crocheting the finger. The claw is already done. To do this, simply take the yarn of the desired color. Mine is olive. We crochet the next stitch with a new color. In the sixth row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. We repeat the combination 4 times. At the end of the row there will be 12 single crochets. We insert the hook into the next stitch. Grab yarn of a different color. We pull out the thread. Here we pull it up and leave a small end, and we crochet the first single crochet in this row with a new color. We pull the ends of the threads and tie them together in a knot. Cut off the white yarn. We won't need it anymore. Hide these ends of the threads inside. These ends of the threads will act as stuffing. I push these threads to the very end with scissors. We continue crocheting according to the pattern. Make a combination the whole row, 1 single crochet and 1 increase. 1 single crochet has already been made, so we make 1 increase in the next stitch. We repeat the combination to the end of the row. And the last time the combination, 1 single crochet and 1 increase. This is the 4th time. The 6th row is done. From the 7th to the 11th row inclusive, we make 12 single crochets in each row. These rows are done. At this stage we add filler to the finger. We also try to add filler to the claw. We push as best we can. We don't add much. We have to make the last row in the claw. This will be the 12th row. In the 12th row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and do this 4 times right up to the end of the row. There will be 8 single crochets at the end of the row. 1 single crochet is made, and in the next stitch we make 1 decrease. I crochet decreases only through front loop. If anyone needs to see how I do it, I will attach a video about decreases in the upper right corner. Come and watch. Again we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. This is the second time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. This is the third time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. This is the fourth time. At this stage we finish crocheting a finger for the dragon's arm. Therefore we make a slip stitch in the next stitch. Cut the thread. Leave a small end about 15 centimeters. Later we will need to sew something a little. Therefore, you need to leave a small end. Add more filler to the finger. This is the finger we should get. Such beauty. We need 2 of these fingers when we leave the thread. We crochet the third finger for the arm in the same way, only at the end we don't make a slip stitch and don't cut the thread. We will continue to crochet and connect these 3 fingers together. Therefore, we crochet 2 fingers in the same way, and in the third finger at the end of the 12th row, we don't make a slip stitch and don't cut the thread. I have the finished third finger. I finished with 1 decrease at the end of the row. Then we continue numbering the rows. In the next 13th row we will connect the fingers. To do this, take the next finger. In principle, you can insert the hook into any stitch. I insert the hook into the next stitch after the slip stitch. Let me remind you, in this finger we finished crocheting with the slip stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch, grab the working thread and make 1 single crochet. Pull the threads well. 1 single crochet is made. Be sure to put a marker in this single crochet that we just made. This will help you check the correctness of crocheting later. So, 1 single crochet is made. We need to make a total of 4 single crochets along this finger. 1 single crochet is already made. In the next stitch, this is the second single crochet. In the next stitch, the third. And the last 4th single crochet along the finger. So we made 4 single crochets along the second finger. Take the next finger and insert the hook in the same way into the next stitch after the slip stitch. You can also insert the hook under the slip stitch. You can insert it into the next stitch. Everyone does it as is convenient. Now I insert the hook under the slip stitch. We also make 1 single crochet. We pull the threads well so that the fingers are as close to each other as possible. So 1 single crochet is made. We need to make 8 single crochets along this finger. 1 single crochet is made. Let's continue further. This is the second single crochet, the third single crochet, the fourth single crochet, this is the fifth single crochet, 6, 7, and the last 8th single crochet on this finger. Turn your arm and move on to crocheting on the second, that is along the middle finger. Be careful not to twist anything. Straighten everything right away so that there are no twisted fingers. This is important. Now we will crochet along the second finger. Along this middle finger we need to make 4 single crochets. I will show you. We have already crocheted into this stitch, so we insert the hook into the next stitch. We pull the threads well. This is the first single crochet. 2, 3, and the last 4th single crochet along this middle finger. Done. And now along this next finger we need to make 8 single crochets again. We also look carefully. We have already crocheted this stitch, therefore from the next stitch this is the first single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last 8th single crochet along this finger. You can see from the marker that the row should end just now, so everything is done correctly. Now we have 24 single crochets in the row. In the 14th row we make 3 single crochets and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 30 single crochets. We insert the hook into the next stitch and start crocheting a new row. We make 1 single crochet and put a marker. Mark the beginning of the row. We continue further. 2, 3, and in the next stitch we make 1 increase. This is the first time. Again we make 3 single crochets. And now we make 1 increase. This is the second time. 3 single crochets. And 1 increase. This is the third time. 3 single crochets and 1 increase. This is the fourth time. Three single crochets and 1 increase. This is the fifth time. And the last time we repeat the combination, 3 single crochets and 1 increase. This is the sixth time. You can see that we finish at the end of the row near the marker, so everything is done correctly. I pulled the thread out and put the hook and marker aside. Now we need to close these holes between the fingers. To do this, we simply sew these holes with the thread that we left after crocheting the fingers. Insert the thread into a needle with a blunt end. You can also sew these holes with a hook. I do it as I show. Here we simply sew these holes. Everything is simple, nothing complicated. A message about a missing thread came to the phone. I sigh. We believe in the best, that everything will be fine with us. And if it is not fine, then it should be so. This is how we sew up the hole. I'm not commenting on anything here, I'm just showing the process. When one hole between the fingers is sewn up, we fix the end of the thread, tie a knot. Hide the end of the thread inside. Here we insert the needle into the loop and tie a knot to fix the thread. Hide the end of the thread inside. Now we take our second thread, also insert it into the needle, and we sew up the hole between the other two fingers. Of course, it was possible to come up with something in the crochet pattern itself, so that there were no holes between the fingers. But not everyone will understand how to do it, even when I explain it, so I decided that it would be easier to do it this way. We do the same thing when we crochet a heart. We also sew up the hole between the two halves. I thought that for most people this method would be easier and more understandable, and everything looks great. And we don't need to bother too much with the crocheting itself. The second hole is also sewn up, so we tie a knot and fix the thread. Hide the end of the thread inside. Done. The holes between the fingers are sewn up. This is how beautiful it should be. We connected 3 fingers. Look how lovely. I like everything. Cool. Further along the crocheting process, we will add filler to the arm. You can also add filler now if you feel that your fingers don't have enough stuffing. You can also do this later. You don't need to make your fingers too thick. It's enough for them to be a little plump. We crochet the next 5 rows without changes. From the 15th to the 19th row inclusive, we make 30 single crochets in each row. Now we have 30 stitches in a row. Therefore, we crochet without changes from the 15th to the 19th row inclusive. 30 single crochets in each row. These 5 rows are done. In the 20th row, we make 3 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 24 single crochets. That is, we crochet the entire row in combination, 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. The 20th row is also done. In the 21st row, we made 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 18 single crochets. After that, we crochet 2 rows without changes. In the 22nd and 23rd rows, we make 18 single crochets in each row. These rows are done. I always show you how the detail should look like at each stage. In the 24th row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 increase, and continue until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 24 single crochets at the end of the row. From the 25th to the 31st row inclusive, we make 24 single crochets in each row. These rows are done. I show you what the dragon's arm looks like at this stage. Add filler to the bottom of the arm near the fingers. After that, we'll continue further. Filler has been added to the arm. We add a little filler to the arm so that it's soft and not dense. Continue. In the 32nd row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and continue until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 18 single crochets at the end of the row. This row is done. In the 33rd row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and continue until the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 12 single crochets at the end of the row. The 33rd row is done. Filler is added. In the 34th row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and so on to the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 18 single crochets at the end of the row. The 34th row is done. In the 35th row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 increase, and so on to the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 24 single crochets at the end of the row. From the 36th to the 39th row inclusive, we make 24 single crochets in each row. These rows are done. This is what the dragon's arm should look like. In the 40th row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on to the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. There will be 18 single crochets at the end of the row. The 40th row is done. In the 41st row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and so on to the end of the row. Repeat the combination 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 12 single crochets. After that, add filler. This row is done, the filler is added. Now here I make 1 more single crochet and we need to fold the upper part of the arm in half. This is how we fold the arm in half. We need to connect these two folded parts. That is, crochet 6 single crochets. We insert the hook completely through 2 parts. Grab the thread and make the first single crochet. Insert the hook into the next stitch and make the second single crochet in the same way. Again we insert the hook through 2 parts of the arm and make the third single crochet. This is the 4th single crochet. This is the 5th single crochet and the last 6th single crochet. Here you can see how we connected the 2 parts of the arm from the top and closed the hole. Here we cut the thread. Pull and tighten the thread. Using a hook, pull the thread to the other side in the middle. At this point, tie a knot. Hide the end of the thread inside. This is the kind of beauty we get. We crochet the second arm for the dragon in the same way. In the next step, in the next video, I will show you how to crochet the dragon's legs. See you soon!